What exactly did you have to do to receive the Iron Cross? The Iron Cross is one of the most famous military decorations, and it is thanks to films that people all over the world know about these decorations. The origin of these is much older than you think. It is much older than the 19th and 20th century empires that distinctively used these decorations. This is based on the Squarcias Cross, or the Black Cross in Spanish, which dates back to the 12th century. During the Crusades, it was characteristically used by the Teutonic military force, created to extend and protect Christian interests. Later on, the Teutonic Order was dismantled by Napoleon in 1806, and subsequently the emblem was adopted by Prussia to honor the Teutonic Order. The Prussian war flag bore this symbol stitched onto it, and it would be used as a symbol in decorations. The first Iron Cross decorations were handed out by Frederick William III of Prussia in 1813. And from then on, it was used as the emblem of the Prussian armed forces, together with the Black Eagle. The German Empire, the Weimar Republic, and Nazi Germany also used this emblem for their armed forces, and even the current Bundeswehr of Germany uses the Black Cross as its emblem. The Iron Cross was based on the Prussian emblem of the Black Cross and was only obtained during times of war. Thus, the first awards of this type were given in the Franco-Prussian conflict, and later would be widely awarded in the two world wars to soldiers and officers of all kinds. In 1938, Hitler completely renewed all of Germany's military decorations. There were many new decorations, and all were progressive. That is, you had to have obtained one before obtaining the next. For example, a German soldier could obtain the second Iron Cross, then the first Iron Cross. He could later opt to obtain the Knight's Cross of the Iron Cross. There was also an award that was generally given to civilians, the War Merit Cross, which had several levels, and was awarded to people who greatly contributed to the war effort. There was also the version of this with swords, which was given for the same reason, but this time to military personnel. The Iron Cross recognized bravery in battle and meritorious, courageous leadership of troops. Only those who had the first-class Iron Cross could opt to get the Knight's Cross, which was the most common among German officers, and this was worn on the neck, with a ribbon, or also, less commonly, on the left side of the chest. The Knight's Cross is commonly confused by people with the Iron Cross, and they are definitely not the same. Being a soldier, to earn a second Iron Cross, you just needed to perform an outstanding action in combat beyond the call of duty, like destroying an enemy armor, for example. To earn a first Iron Cross, you had to perform more than 3 outstanding actions beyond the call of duty. Like, for example, rescuing a group of wounded comrades. For aviators, it's similar. You could get the second Iron Cross for downing a single-engine aircraft, and for shooting down more than 3 aircraft, you could get the first Iron Cross. It is estimated that 4 million second Iron Crosses and 400,000 first Iron Crosses were awarded throughout the whole Second World War. It wasn't very hard to get an Iron Cross, especially towards the end of the conflict, where they were issued in large quantities to boost the morale of the regular troops. Even among the soldiers, it began to be considered shameful not to get one of these. When a soldier or aviator had already obtained a first-class Iron Cross and performed outstanding actions repeatedly, he would opt to obtain the Knight's Cross of the Iron Cross. Even continue doing exceptional actions. You were made to opt for continuing to get improvements to your Knight's Cross decoration, like causing more damage or more enemy casualties. The Knight's Cross had various levels. For example, the lowest and most common was the standard Knight's Cross. Then there was the Knight's Cross with oak leaves. Then there was the Knight's Cross with oak leaves and swords. And finally, there was the Knight's Cross with oak leaves, swords, and diamonds, the latter having a gold version. All of these, like the Iron Cross, were progressively obtained and were awarded for extreme bravery and outstanding leadership beyond the call of duty. Only 7,361 Knight Crosses were awarded, of which only 883 received oak leaves. Out of these 883, only 159 obtained the consequent oak leaves and swords, and out of these 159, only 27 obtained some degree of diamond of the Knight's Cross. It was common for officers with good service record to obtain some rank of the Knight's Cross, but only Germany's greatest heroes managed to obtain a diamond degree of the Knight's Cross. The actions worthy of Diamond Knight's Cross decorations were carefully analyzed by Adolf Hitler himself, and he himself gave the decorations to those who deserve them. We have many examples of the works of the men who received the Iron Cross decorations with oak leaves, swords, and diamonds. For example, we have Hans Ulrich Rudel, the only one who received the highest decoration of the Iron Cross with gold oak leaves, swords, and diamond. Rudel flew in 2,530 ground attack missions exclusively on the Eastern Front, usually in a Junker Ju-87 Stuka. He is credited with the destruction of 519 tanks, as well as a battleship, a cruiser, 70 landing crafts, and 150 artillery placements. Also the destruction of over 800 vehicles of all types. Another received the Knight's Cross with oak leaves, swords, and diamonds. It was the frigate captain Albrecht Brandy, submarine commander, responsible for sinking 8 merchant ships and 4 warships, or also Hans Joachim Merciel, or as he was more commonly called, the Star of Africa. In his Meresmish BF, 109 shot down more than 158 enemy aircraft, most of the Royal British Air Force. He was the pilot who shot down the most Western Allied aircraft in World War II. In addition to all this, most field marshals with good service records were also holders of the Diamond Knight's Cross, like Erwin Rommel or Walter Model themselves. It was more common to earn a high-ranking Knight's Cross while in the Luftwaffe or the Kriegsmarine, because there was more opportunity there to inflict heavier casualties and, of course, of greater significance. An example of this is the best German sniper, Matthews Gessetnauer, who caused 345 casualties and even made a lethal shot at a distance of 1,100 meters. He was only awarded the Knight's Cross of the Iron Cross, in other words, the lowest Knight's Cross decoration. So no matter how many casualties you caused, a soldier had a hard time getting a rank beyond the normal Knight's Cross. An interesting fact is that you didn't even need to be German to receive a German decoration. Many times, distinguished members of Allied armies were given Knight's Cross decorations, like in the case of Admiral Yamamoto from Japan, who was awarded a Knight's Cross with oak leaves and swords for his obvious contributions to the Axis cause. So, in summary, to get a Knight's Cross, you just had to inflict a lot of enemy casualties. The more enemy casualties you cause, the better your odds of getting upgrades to your Knight's Cross, and you could have become a German hero.